Hey everybody, Chris here, and welcome to another Dark Avengers comic book review in a familiar yet unfamiliar place. Familiar because we have shot in this room before, unfamiliar because you guys don't really recognize it. The table, this is the other place where we do my comic book reviews. Normally you guys see out the window where there's a heater, which is to my left. We decided, since Mike, who's behind the camera now, but he will be joining me in a second, and I are the only ones doing this review, we would turn the table, get more of an open view. Also, it'll help with the tripod so we don't have to worry about it leaning up against the wall. This is a very small room, and that's why my voice is echoing. There's really not much stuff in this room. As long as you guys can contend with the echo, it's better this way, especially because usually if we want to record in our apartment, usually we have to do it late at night. This way I can record whatever time I want, because this room is basically a vacant room most of the time, although it is very beautiful. First off, this week, before we get into the comics, I did acquire an old comic which gets me to 2 out of the 4 comics I need to complete this story. I officially got Batman 429, A Death in the Family, Part 4 of 4, guest starring Superman. And I'm very happy I acquired this. All I have left is 426 and 427. I got 428 a couple of weeks ago, and then I have the full run of the Death in the Family. However, because it's the holiday season, this is basically the last old comic I'm going to be getting, other than the ones I'm getting very cheap old comics. This is the only expensive, well, not really expensive, it was like, what, $5? This is the only over $1 old comic I'll be getting until at least after the holiday season, because it's uber expensive. This was graded at a very fine, 1 grade away from near mint, probably because of the papers, no creases and no rips. So it's a very, very good condition book. So that's this. And also, for those of you who are interested in 428, I believe it's on Midtown right now. They got another one that was a good condition. So if you guys are interested in that, go check out MidtownComics.com. Mike, you can come sit here now. Mike read one of my books this week. This is a very small week. This is the week of November 30th, 2011, the last week of November. And as you guys know, DC Comics is on a strict, you can put that there, a strict 4-week schedule. And unfortunately, because there were 5 weeks in this month, we can't continue to the number 5s yet. However, there are miniseries that they held off on for the 5th week. And I know that eventually they're going to get those 5th week comics stuck in there at some point. But for right now, we only have 1 book from DC. I'm going backwards in this comic review. We're going to start with the big 2 and end with the independents. Reason we're going backwards is there's only 1 for DC, I believe 3 for Marvel, and then 1 for independent. And then you'll see the other thing I have. Legion of Superheroes Secret Origin. Well, Legion Secret Origin, number 2. Brandy is the main target here. This is retelling, with a little change, the origin of the Legion of Superheroes. I find it pretty good. I'm not going to say it's over the top great, because first of all, we're in the relaunch era now, and really you can tell it doesn't affect this Legion of Superheroes that much. However, you are seeing little changes here and there with the Legion. It's up to you guys. If you are a huge fan of the Legion of Superheroes, if you like Paul Levitt's work, you'll be checking this out. I know Joe does read through this also. As I said, Joe will still be reviewing on these comic reviews, so maybe next week he'll give this a quick read and give you guys his opinions. I think it's okay. I'm going to stick with it. It's only a couple more issues. I believe it's a 5 or 6 part mini, so I'm going to stick around. Okay, Marvel. I actually have 2 and I have them out of order. Let me actually fix the order really quick. There we go. I got this to complete the set. Avengers Origin, Ant-Man and Wasp. It was an okay story. If you guys know the origin of Ant-Man and Wasp, great. If you don't, this basically gives you a little bit of a synopsis, excuse me, of what Ant-Man and Wasp's origin are. It was pretty good. Like I said, the only reason I bought it, though, was to complete the Avengers Origin set. However, this week we saw the last Avengers Origin book, and I know this because at the end of this book it advertises for this character's ongoing series on another title, Avengers Origins Thor. This is the last one.
Which I read.
This Mike read, so I'm going to let him read it, because this is the last time Mike will be doing a full-fledged review on these comic book reviews.
Yeah, so in Avengers Origins, Thor gives you a great backstory of Thor, and I gotta say, Loki is very mischievous.
But he's the god of mischief, once again, I've told you this.
I know, but I'm just saying, point that out. But just to sum it all up...
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
So just to sum it all up, his father gives him a task to go on a mission and Sif, the girl...
Sif. S-I-F.
Why do I keep messing up? But yeah, Sif's the girl that he goes to save from a demon, fire demon or so to say. I think
Don't look at me, I don't know what they're considered. They're considered...
I hate when I forget these.
One of the 9 realms, I believe it is.
The artwork is fantastic.
I know, this was the best out of all of them.
Like this one right here.
Like this? I mean, come on, this book was
it really caught my eye, this story.
Now I know why this one was last.
Surtur, the fire demon?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on Thor, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember the name, but basically he saves her from the fire demon, and then the father of Thor, Odin, yes, thank you, kicks him out of
Asgard.
I couldn't really...
Listen, I don't even read Thor.
Asgard, and then they give you a little briefy story in the ending of how he became Thor himself, and...
Donald Blake is at the end.
Donald Blake, yes. And I have to say, if you're a Thor fan, Avengers Origins, this is a must-get, because I enjoyed reading this, and yeah, it was absolutely great.
Concluding Marvel this week in a spectacular ending, Wolverine 19. It starts off, it's weird, it starts off sort of at the end. Like, you see Wolverine break through the ground with the dragon, and everybody comes out, everybody's alive. Not everybody, you just see a few people. And he's like, and this pub is closing down. But now that Wolverine's back with a lot of money, they reopen the pub, and that's where it leaves off. Then they go back, and they start you off where the last issue left off with everybody, with him, the gorilla, and whoever the fat guy is, the sumo guy is, in the 3 dragons. They show up, and all hell breaks loose. It turns out that the boy breaks free of his slavery. The old man never died. Turns out, spoiler, there was a second rival dragon tribe or clan or what have you that he found and brought to the surface, and they were killing off the other dragon. It was like a huge fight. And basically in the end, Wolverine, that guy with the one hand, now has no hands.
Wow.
Artwork was great, story was great. It ends where you're in the pub, and then at the very end you see the red hand. And that's where it's leading into the next issue. Also, I must say, I'm glad they got away from that not Stephen King, the dark covers. Now it's more comic-ish. You know, now it's a comic cover. You know, it's actually an official comic. It's not like those dark, you know, demonic-looking covers, because Wolverine is not dark or demonic, my friends. These covers kind of give a little bit more justice to the series. However, there is an advertisement in here that I would love to show to you guys about Wolverine, and I'm looking forward to it. You know they do this every time they kickstart a series, and it already happened once. Wow. There was a Wolverine 1000. That was not numbered right. However, Wolverine is going back to his original numbering, which is 300, and that's happening in January. So next month, December's issue 20 is really issue 299, and then in January, Wolverine's going to go back to his original numbering, which is 300. I'm really looking forward to that.
They're really going to kickstart a new year next year.
They really are.
Things, yeah. 2
things from Independence this week. Comic book of the week, hands down. I would drop half of my stuff to make sure I could keep buying this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 4. Yeah. Even though it says to be continued at the end, the story arc, however, is complete. It's Raphael and Casey versus Old Hob and his gang. And lo and behold, as everybody predicted, this is huge spoilers, guys, the 3 other turtles show up to save their brother. And in the end, though, Raphael beats the living daylights out of Old Hob, and then just as he's going to kill them, his brothers stop him. Now, remember, this is a retelling of their origin, so Raphael doesn't recognize like he recognizes the other three, but he's like, "Who are you?" He's still questioning who they are, and they explain to him that they're his brothers. Casey, his last line was hilarious. He said, "I think I got hit in the back of the head too much because I'm seeing 4 of you." And then the best picture, I got to show this one picture, was at the very end.
I know what it is. Yes.
Where Raphael finally, Splinter. They bring Raphael to Splinter, and finally Splinter says, "At last the circle is complete. Now we can truly begin." And the next issue looks like it's going to get into Splinter's origin, just Splinter's origin, because it's showing just Splinter on the cover. Also, the advertisement for Raphael's, the first part of the micro series is starting. It is starting next week. The first issue is coming out next week, and I found out why it's a week late. The micro series takes place right after this book, because it starts off with Raphael and Casey talking about how Raphael found his brothers and stuff. So I guess IDW did it so this way it wouldn't spoil the last book. So, but it's really good, guys. Let me put it this way. Number 4 sold out. Number 1 has gone into 3rd printing. Number 2 has gone into 2nd printing, and number 3 has gone into, no, number 2 has gone into 3rd printing, number 3 has gone into 2nd printing, and this is going to get a reprint, a 2nd printing, and then that's it. Then you're going to have to wait for the trade paperback. When something goes into several printings, you know the book is selling good. IDW has been on top of a lot of things. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Dynamite's bringing out Voltron next week. I'm look forward to that next week. There's just so many of the older cartoon series of things that, for people like me, when I was a kid, these are what I was watching. These are nostalgic moments, and even though it's not like the cartoon series on TV, it's still good. And actually, at the very end, they do an advertisement during the letter page for the Ultimate, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Collection Volume 1, which collects the first run, the first volume, the first couple of issues of the first volume of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, plus the Raphael one-shot.
Wasn't there also a rumor that we're going to make another movie of Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtles? There's a rumor, but it hasn't come to light. Kevin Eastman, you are amazing.
Yes. You
are amazing. You're an amazing man for inventing this series, these characters. You know, keep going. Keep going, and, you know, your series is awesome, and this comic will never be dropped from this reader's collection or pull list. This series is awesome. And with that, how much time do we have left before we hit the 28-minute mark?
15 minutes.
Holy crap! Really?
It's a short week, you know?
IDW has released this for free. You can get this in your comic book store. The Dark Secrets of Infestation #2 with the little sticker that they put on here with the ISBN code. I have no idea why. Let's see if I can take it off without ruining the cover. Probably not. Oh wow, I can. So let's talk about Infestation 2. In this book, it gives you previews. Yeah, I knew it. It's not going to come off now. No, I'm getting the bottom. I'll get the bottom later. Yeah, it's not going to come off. I'll get it later. Whatever. Yeah, anyway, in here, you have previews and listings of all the books that are going to be coming out for Infestation 2. Just like Infestation 1, they give you previews. And from what I'm seeing here, this is from Infestation number 1. You get a preview, a few-page preview of the first part of Infestation. And then they mention about the 2 parts of Transformers. You get a cover preview. Turn the page. You get a cover preview for Dungeons and Dragons and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's a nice cover.
And I'll tell you one thing about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I've noticed that the colored headbands are coming back, at least on the cover for this series. I have no idea what that means for the ongoing series, if they're going to go back to the red, blue, orange, and purple headbands. Just throwing it out there. The G.I. Joe one is mentioned here. And then there are 2 one-shots. 30 Days of Night and Weekly World News, Groom Lake. These are the 2 one-shots. And then in the very back, you have your checklist. The first month is Infestation 2 in January, the end of January. Then February is Infestation 2 Transformers and Infestation 2 Dungeons and Dragons. March, oh, and then there's the one-shot of team-ups also in February. March, You have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joes, concluding with the one-shot of 30 Days of Night, and then it all concludes in April with, oh no, the one-shot is in April, sorry, the 30 Days of Night is in April, and then it all concludes in the middle of April with Infestation 2, number 2. Here's the cover for Infestation 2. I believe this is the first issue, like a variant maybe, not sure, unless this will be the variant, we don't know yet. And also there is something over here that says, ask about the temporary tattoos. So I guess this time around they're going to be going with the temporary tattoos instead of the patches, which kind of sucks because I was hoping they would do patches again because I missed out on 2 of the patches throughout the last, the first Infestation.
I thought you got all of them.
I only got 2 out of the 4.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So, for those of you who are interested, this is free in your comic book store. I would absolutely say check it out. Infestation 1 was good. It involves zombies. This time it involves this squid-like thing. Yes, I know it's not zombies. Yes, it's a squid.
Why
it could
is
still
squid?
be good. It still could be good. I have faith in this.
And confidence.
Hey, look, it has Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in it. Even
Exactly.
Regardless,
I mean, you can't get any
it.
better. I mean, you got so many comic books that are coming out.
And I'm going to take the rest of this sticker off because I'm going to keep it for your
Yeah, because I could tell that sticker is really bothering you.
Yeah, it is. So, that's our short comic
that's
book.
where I go over there with the camera.
I guess.
Yeah.
Do I have anything else to say, though? This was my favorite book of the week. This was definitely my favorite book of the week. DC, like I said, the Origin was... Oh, we'll go through it now, then. Once again, I'll wait for you to get that. Okay. Also, sorry, guys, I have a little bit of allergies happening with me right now, so if you notice me doing that or rubbing my nose...
I got over allergies.
Yeah, I hate you. So this is a freebie. IDW's Infestation 2. Check it out. It should be in your local comic stores for free. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 4. I can't say enough of good things about this series. I know they redid a few things in the Origin, but you know what? They're still the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're still the same. Yes, the books are in color now, but I don't think a black and white book would really go too well at this time. But then again, Walking Dead is black and white. Maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't, but I think color fits for this, for the 4th volume or 5th volume of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I would absolutely say check it out. Wolverine 19 ended really good. I'm glad we're back to these covers. I think I failed to mention it last time. That's why I'm mentioning it now. Really glad to have these covers back. Looking forward to the Red Hand and Wolverine versus Kingpin in the next issue. Thor, Avengers Origin, awesome.
Excluding me forgetting the names, my apologies for that. But all in all, it's a great issue. Must get, absolutely.
And if you're looking, as I am, to be a completionist, this was the first one, Avengers Origin, Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was alright, it was a good story. I won't give it bad props, but at the same time, if you have to skip one and you're not interested in these characters, you can skip it. Finally, Legion Secret Origin number 2, up to you guys. It depends. You have to be a Legion of Superhero fan, or else, no, I don't need to show the old issue, Mike, thanks.
Oh, okay.
Or else you're not going to enjoy this as much as a person who knows, or is at least sort of a fan of the Legion. I find it okay because I'm 50-50. I like the Legion of Superheroes, but at the same time, I'm not a huge fanatic of it, but I'll keep reading it for now. It's a 6-part series, like I said. If it gets boring in the next issue, I'll probably drop it. Or maybe, I don't know. All depends. It all depends. And with that, that concludes this week's comic book review. We had to do it late this time because yesterday was one of those days, guys.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that. Yesterday was a horrible day, and we're all hoping to get through it. However, the podcast is up early. I was supposed to post it after this video. This video will go after it now. So, hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you back next weekend for a huge comic book review. There's a lot of books coming next week. So, we'll see you guys there.
Later, guys.
Later.